In this week's 80s news, the child star Corey Feldman has a new movie that is coming out in March that details the rape subculture of Hollywood, and supposedly he's going to be naming names. Also, there's news that Rick Moranis is rebooting Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and you can now buy your very own Bill and Ted's phone booth. So stay tuned for all those stories and more coming up. What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch, your go-to source for retro pop culture and news. And to start off the news today, we're going to start with Corey Feldman. He's a popular child star from the 80s that had a pretty good run of 80s movies hits, but he had a couple bombs, or really a lot of bombs as well. Well, he has a documentary movie that's titled My Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys, which was made in order to shed light on what still happens to youth actors and actresses in the entertainment industry today. And Feldman has made statements that he is going to be naming the people in Hollywood that seduced and raped both him and Corey Haim throughout their childhood.
But also so that we can make sure that this guy ain't out there, raping and destroying more lives.
Are you going to name that person in this doc?
You bet your ass I am.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
Okay.
Do they already know that you're going to?
They know. That's why I had multiple attempts on my life.
This documentary is going to premiere in Hollywood on March 9th, along with a one-night-only streaming event that's going to be shown worldwide. Corey posted the news on Twitter last week, and it looks like the movie is really going to happen. One thing of note is that Corey Feldman said that this premiere is the only time that it's ever going to be shown. So if you're really curious what he has to say, you might want to check into buying this documentary. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Corey Feldman's earlier movies, and his later stuff, maybe not so much. And I do think it's terrible what happened to him. But frankly, I'm a bit surprised that he's not trying to charge a ton to watch this premiere. And come on, who are you kidding, Corey? The minute that you need some money, don't tell me that you're not going to be thinking about selling this on Blu-ray or DVD later. He's actually had some recent history of hosting Kickstarter campaigns and practically begging people to send him money to hire security to protect him and his family. And I guess it's because he thinks that once he starts naming names, that people are going to start coming after him. So there you go. The two Coreys have a new movie that's coming out. I'll link to the story down below if you want to check out more. And then moving on, probably one of the best and most memorable scenes of Ghostbusters
Something you don't see every day
was when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was stomping through the city. And if you're into marshmallows and Ghostbusters, you're in for a treat. Because some company actually made a edible 8-inch Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that you can eat. I'll link to the site down below so you can check it out. Evidently, this thing is really popular because it keeps selling out. The next up, here is a call to all the Bill and Ted super fans. For a limited time only, there is a full-size replica of the time-traveling phone booth that's seen in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and it's being made by Cubicle. The recreation features an authentic working payphone that's retrofitted for a landline service. Plus, that classic antenna that's key in the booth's time-traveling abilities, it's on it as well. The company said that they are only going to be available for a limited time, and one of these stellar phone booths is going to set you back about $8,500. But if you need one for your office, they're up for pre-order right now. And calling all 90s kids, General Mills, they just announced that they're bringing back Dunkaroos just in time for the summer. They were originally released back in 1990, and according to General Mills' Twitter account, they're going to be coming back in June, so keep your eye out. Then moving on to some entertainment news, there's some credible news coming from Disney Insider that Rick Moranis might be coming back for a Honey, I Shrunk the Kid revival. It's going to have Josh Gad playing Nick, the grown-up son of Rick Moranis' character Wayne Selinsky. So it appears that this is going to be a legacy sequel that takes place about 30 years after the original Honey, I Shrunk the Kid movies. Then next up in our Flash segment, here's a quick look at some of the other retro news that happened this week. We got our first official photo from the new G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie. There's not a lot to tell from this pic, but who is that waiting for him at the top of that stairs in the background? Maybe Storm Shadow? On March 13th, there is a unique vinyl LP soundtrack for The Matrix that's going to be coming out. One side is Green Code from the movie, and the other side has Neo on it. And if you collect vinyl, this is a must-have for your collection. Then over on the streaming service HBO Max, there is a unscripted Friends reunion special that is in the works according to Deadline.com. Stars Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, David Schwimmer, Matt LeBlanc, and Matthew Perry. They've all reached an agreement in principle to return for the hour-long special. And the town of Astoria, Oregon is planning a huge 3-day celebration for the 35th anniversary of the 1985 movie The Goonies. So if you're in or near Astoria on June 5th through the 7th, this might be a really fun way to spend the weekend. Then if you're into retro news and nostalgia stuff from back in the day, I will catch you in the next video right over there. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.